idea. I really love creative movement and I love thinking outside the box. So I was working on some flow, coming at some poses from a different way. And so I'm going to try it out with you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it makes you get out of any routines and think and stretch your brain a little bit more. So meet me at the top of the mat, feet parallel. Letting go of expectations, being willing to see things from a different perspective, right? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to see things from a different perspective. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Slight bend in your knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And sweep all the way back up. Inhale up. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's just run through that a couple times. Inhale, arms sweep up. Slight bend, fold, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Stay there for a couple breaths. Maybe you swing side to side. Get a little stretch in the back of those hamstrings. And then inhale, sweep it all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. Again, sweeping it up. Inhaling, exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands. You're going to step back to a plank position. All right? So we're going to go from this plank. You're going to roll over onto your right side. So you're going to roll over onto the blade of your right foot, but your left foot is going to bend and plant in front of you. Okay? So it's almost like a modified side plank. So I'm going to turn and face you just so you can see. We are here. Now we're lifting that bottom, that hip and these under ribs and getting even more arch on these top left ribs. Alrighty? So we're lifting up. Use that top arm. Use that left arm to reach up. You should feel a good stretch in the outside of your left hip. Inhaling. Now, you're going to take this left arm and it's going to pull you up and you're going to twist all the way around to the other side of the mat into a warrior two. Did you follow me? So you're facing the other side of your mat than your side plank. You're all the way up. Breathing in. Now this back leg is perpendicular. We're going to go down into a skandasana on the back leg. Let's try to keep our arms out and free. So you can have them here or you can have them in a prayer position. You're going to shoot your hands all the way up as your leg pushes up, out and open to a warrior two. Come back, arms together, skandasana. Pushing it up, warrior two. We're really already getting into working those legs. We're just going to cut straight to the chase. Warrior two, back into skandasana. We're going to stay here. Reach your arms out, maybe your fingertips to the ground, maybe your forehead comes down a little. Breathe. Maybe point and flex your foot. Now walk your fingertips back. We're going to push all the way up, back into a warrior two, swinging all the way around into a crescent lunge. Now, we're going to take this into a very dancery crescent lunge. So our front bent leg is going to go up into releve. So we are here. Lift your heart. Maybe lift your chin. Big breath in. We're going to rotate our back leg until we are in a goddess on our toes. And then swing it around to the back of the mat into a releve crescent. Whew, feel it in that hip. In the back of the mat. Come back to goddess. Staying on our toes. Back to crescent at the front. One more time, back to goddess. And then back to crescent to the back of the mat. Woo, mamacita. Plant the hands on either side of the foot. Step back into plank. Press away the floor. Elongate the crown of the head away from the body. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Draw your heart forward. You can do baby cobra, cobra, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. All right, let's do the other side. Oh, get a good stretch in this downward facing dog for a couple breaths first, though. All right, inhale, plank. So from this plank, now you're going to roll onto your left blade of your left, the blade of your left foot. And then you're going to take that right leg and step it forward for that supported side plank, reaching the right arm for the sky, lifting the left underside ribs and giving that real spacious feeling and stretch to the right side of your ribs. Feeling that stretch in the outer part of your right hip. Big breath in. Now we're going to rotate this back foot using the ball of that foot, rotating all the way around into a warrior two. So our right leg is bent. Warrior two, arms reach away. Inhale, palms come together, bending into that left leg for Skandasana. Inhaling, shooting the hands up. Warrior two. Inhale, palms together, Skandasana. Inhale, coming up. Warrior two. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, coming down. Warrior two. Sweep it all the way around to your crescent lunge. Bring that front right foot into releve. Lift your heart. Rotate around into goddess on your tippy toes. And back into crescent to the front of the mat. Lift your heart. Goddess to the front of the mat. Maybe you wiggle, wobble, lose your balance. That's okay. This is a challenge. To the back of the mat. Crescent on your toes. And then one more time, goddess. And then find the front of the mat. And then plant your hands. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Flow through your vinyasa. And to downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Cleansing breath. Let it go. Yeah, what the hell was that? I don't know. I just was feeling like doing something different today. Okay, come onto your hands and knees. Now I want you to look, put your palms underneath your shoulders. And then I want you to replace your palms with your elbows. So we're coming onto our forearms. All right? We're staying on our knees. Actually, do me a favor. Scoot back a foot. So where your elbows are, put your hands. There we go. Because we're going to want that front space on that mat. So just in case you didn't have it, we're going to move into that. We want to have it available to us. Go ahead and extend your right leg. Now bring your right knee to your right elbow. Tap it and then extend it. Tap it. Extend it. Tap it. Extend it. Inhale. Now this time we're going to move into a low lizard from here. So this foot is going to go up to our elbow and plant. We can slide that back leg back if we need to. You can come up on your palms if you need to. We're just coming into lizard a different way. Your knee is hugging in towards your shoulder. Your crown of your head is reaching away from your hip. Your hip is sinking towards the ground. The back of your neck is long. And you're finding some ease and peace, maybe in the muscles of your face. Maybe relax your lips out. Your tongue. Have some fun with it. All right, now from here, we're going to rock back, slide our foot back. And then we're going to move into a puppy pose. So from here, our hips are still above our knees. We're going to put our forehead on the ground between our elbows and slide our arms out. You can stay with your forehead down, or you can look up and sink your chest even further down to the ground. Whatever feels good. Take a couple breaths. Let your heart sink. We're getting a real big opening in our chest, but we're also getting a nice back bend in our upper thoracic spine here. And then press your elbows and your forearms into the ground. Lift your forehead up. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Cat and cow a couple times. Getting some good back bends here. Now replace your hands with your elbows, bringing your forearms to the ground, extending your left leg, and then tapping your left knee to the left elbow, and then extending. Left knee to left elbow, extend. Left knee to left elbow, extend. One more time, left knee to left elbow, extend. And then we're going to plant the foot next to the left elbow. So left foot comes next to the left elbow. You can slide that knee back. into your lizard lunge. Low lizard lunge. That's like a tongue twister. Low lizard lunge. Say that 5 times in a row. Blah, 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 blah. And then just breathe here. See where you can find some ease and some peace. Every time you exhale, allowing your body to let go of something, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, a thought, a worry, some tension in your muscles, some gripping, squeezing, holding on to something maybe. And allow your belly button to draw through, your belly to draw down to the ground, your spine to elongate, the crown of your head to reach towards the front of your mat. And then slide that foot back to your knees, putting your forehead on the ground, reaching your arms out into a puppy pose. This is my favorite. It feels so very good on my back. Coming back up, keeping your forearms on the ground, taking your right leg, extending it again like we did before, planting it just like you did for the lizard lunge, right? But instead, this time we're going to come up to our hands, and then we're just going to draw using our abdominal muscles. We're going to draw that back left leg up and under our foot into a twist, a seated twist. Told you, I was doing stuff differently. Take the left arm, draw the right knee towards the heart. Elongate the spine. The crown of the head reaches for the sky. Inhale. And on an exhale, we twist. Lowering and anchoring that right hip down. Draw your belly in on an inhale. And on an exhale, see if you can find a little more space. Now, my favorite thing to do is unwind out of a twist. So keep your feet pretty much where they are. Start to walk your hands around to the other side until you lift your hips up off the ground. Keep turning until you're on your hands and knees facing the other side of your mat. Did you follow that? If not, that's okay. Just go on your hands and knees facing the other side of your mat. All right, so we're going to do the other side. Now we're extending our left leg. Left leg extends. Actually, we're on our forearm, so let's start there. Left leg extends and plants next to our left elbow. You can slide that knee back if you need to. Now you can come up to your hands. So we're in a high lizard lunge. High-ish. Our knee is still down. And we're going to use our core. Draw your belly in and pull that back leg forward into that seated spinal twist. Inhale. Long spine. Belly draws in. Draw the left knee and thigh towards the chest. Exhale. Twist. On an inhale, start to walk your hands all the way back around. We're going back to our hands and knees to the front of the mat. We're going back down to our forearms, and we're going to work on a forearm stand or headstand. You have options here. So if you're going to do forearm stand, you can press your palms flat into the ground. Our hips are over our knees. If you're going to do headstand, you can interlace your fingers, make a cupped spot for your head on the ground. So you don't actually have to take your feet off the ground. We're just going to prep. If you already have experience with this and you do take your feet off the ground, then you are welcome to go into that at any point. But first, we're going to do a little hamstring stretch. So whether you are in forearm arms or headstand arms, your forearms press into the ground, tuck your toes under and lift like into dolphin, right? We're going to walk up our toes just a little bit. Feel the space between our shoulder blades broadening. It's a class of tongue twisters. Inhale, lift your right leg in the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, and then bring it down. One more time. Right leg comes up. Bring it down. Left leg comes up. Bring it down. Lower your knees. Lower your forehead. Child's pose. Now you have options coming up. So here's your options. Your options are to do what we just did. Or you can go up. You can kick up. You can float up into your forearm stand or your headstand. Or You can do dolphin pose and your feet stay on the ground and you just get that stretch in your hamstrings just like that. So, or you stay in child's pose. Many options. Okay, so coming out of your child's pose, back your forearms on the ground, whether it's headstand arms or forearm arms. Tuck your toes under, lift. Now so child's pose is the first option. Dolphin pose is your second option. You can do some stretches like this and just get those hamstrings. Or if you're ready to go up, you can start to go up and start to find that balance. And then just keep pressing into your forearms, into your fingertips. Use the whole arm. Balls of your feet reaching for the sky. Thighs squeezing together. Whenever you're ready, you can come down and return to a child's pose. Breathing in, breathing out, big breaths. Go ahead and cross your ankles. Walk your hands back until you're in a seated pose. Extend your legs out in front of you. Shake them up a little bit. All right, and then set yourself up on your back. Today is short and sweet, different, unique, out of the box. This part is traditional, simple. So whatever you need here, we did some twisting already. You're welcome to twist. We did some inversions already, so you're welcome to do a shoulder stand if you want, or a fish pose if you want a little back bend. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to get into my hips a little and do a little figure 4. I'm going to take my this is my right leg, and cross it over my left thigh, and then I'm going to bend my left knee in, and I'm going to extend it this time. And then I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this. I can use just the slightest amount of pressure with my elbow to move my right knee away from my body, but just the slightest amount. Just breathing in, getting a little stretch. You can get this figure 4 in any way you want. So go ahead and take this leg that's crossed over and cross it all the way over, kind of like eagle legs, and let your legs start to twist over to the side in a little bit of an eagle. And see how that feels. Keeping your right shoulder anchored into the ground. And just breathe. You can stay in that figure 4 that we were in, and you can twist that way too. There's a lot of options here. Coming back to the middle, undoing your figure 4, planting your left foot, extending your right leg, planting your right leg, extend your left leg, cross it over into that figure 4, draw that leg in using your right thigh, bringing your foot towards your chest, and then let's extend it. So we get a little hamstring and hip opening at the same time. Again, gentle pressure on your left leg, helping to draw it away from the body, right? You could even add a crunch here if you wanted, I guess. And then eagle wrapping those legs, dropping them over to the right, allowing them to fall that way very gently and carefully while keeping your left shoulder anchored into the ground. Again, if you wanted to stay in this figure 4, you can drop it over like this. The knee can draw away from you. It can come towards you. I leave it all up kind of to quite a bit of flexibility in this because it's just different. I want you to have the freedom to be creative with your flow as well. I think that's just the most fun way that I love to practice, and I want to bring that out a little bit more in this community here. All right, bring both knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, extend your legs into Shavasana, resting and relaxing, short and sweet, a little bit out of the box, a little different, a little fun. We are all unique individual human beings. Our bodies are unique and individual. We don't need to match anyone else's poses, and we certainly don't need to match anyone else's bodies. Our bodies are 100% one of a kind, and so can our yoga practice be the same. So just appreciate you and your individuality and bringing that into your yoga practice and making whatever changes and adjustments and choices that you made in the class today to fit your needs. Breathe in lots of gratitude for you, 100% original you, as you are. Start to deepen your breath, moving your fingers and toes and your wrists and ankles. Start letting that energy draw all the way up your legs, up your arms, into your heart, into your chest, into your brain, energizing them, getting them ready to move on to whatever's next in your day today. Reaching your arms up over your head, drawing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big ol' hug, because yes, you absolutely do, without a doubt, deserve it. You just did something for yourself. You stepped on your mat. You did something a little different. Took some time for you, and that definitely deserves a big ol' hug. Roll onto your side, into your head. Take a big deep breath of gratitude. Now we're going to restart. We're going to get like a kick start wherever you're headed to next, even if it's to bed. You did that, and now we move forward. What's next? Press yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. You can have palm to palm or hands flat on your heart, feeling your heartbeat, whatever you want. Breathe in all that unique, out-of-the-box originality. It's a word now. That is you, and that is your practice. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for doing something for you. I'll see you next time. Peace out.